Hey, everybody, welcome to Pink Shade. It's Tuesday. That means it's TLC Tuesday. I got my girl, Kimberly, back from CronCon here with me. Hi. Do you like it?
Thank you. That
Did
was
you like it?
the best. That was better than anything Lydia Plath has ever sung.
Don't make me pull up that clip.
No, please don't do it.
I will do it. I will do it.
Amazing grace.
That's not so bad. This is the one.
That's
and fill them with your words.
I can't.
No, I won't.
It's like a bargain bin Snow White singing to the birds and wanting them to land on her shoulder. And they're like, if you stop singing, we will.
Yeah. Yes, that is exactly right. Oh, bless her heart. Well, I'm excited because this week on Welcome to Plathville, we are going to have the wedding. So I can't wait to see Micah's nose get ripped off. And
are we going to see that? Because then I might have to watch.
It happens after the wedding.
Yeah.
We're definitely going to get to see Micah's nose, which I'm excited to see what happens.
All
to
I want to see. Yeah.
Yeah, me too. I think his nose is fine. I think Veronica, as we've now learned, might have exaggerated him getting his nose ripped off.
I don't know. There were some pixelated photos that looked pretty bad.
But people are saying that a talking head that he's doing now is post fight. They're saying, there's a new one that popped up, and they're saying if you look really closely, one of his nostrils is like a little bigger than the other, or as if it's a little like it got broken.
People, scientists.
I cover this show and I know everything about it. Even I wouldn't do that.
That's crazy. They're measuring. They're zooming in and then measuring to the centimeter.
Yeah. Comparing it to the beginning of the season, what his nose looked like then. Yeah.
You guys could cure a disease. All these internet sleuths. It's incredible.
Put your power towards something good. Well, although I appreciate this. So put your power towards the Plas. I love it. That comes out on Wednesday. So yes, everybody, if you're wondering, because you're like, hey, Mary Payne and Keisha were covering this amazing show called Family Lockup. What happened? Well, they pulled the show off the air. So sorry about it. If you want to watch the last 4 episodes, they'll be on Friday on A&E between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So,
prime time.
It's a rough slot. It's a rough slot.
Up against Judge Judy reruns.
Possibly up against The Price is Right. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
But
swing and a miss on this show.
I really wanted to get to the end and then just to give an update on everybody. So maybe I'll record it and then watch the last one and see if they gave us an update on everyone.
I want to know if the first episode, that's the only one I made it through. I want to know if he is still sober and if he's still friends with the dad.
Yeah.
But the other ones I couldn't make it through. I could only listen to your recap. It was too
the third one with the girl that came in that was real high maintenance, that was complaining about her Neosporin. That shit was funny.
That's funny. I do kind of want to watch that.
Yeah. Her sister was a very sad case. And anyway, we don't need to talk about it because it's off the air. So thanks, Annie, for screwing us on the free feed. That's what me and all the advertisers really appreciate. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Also, the people who taped the episode, thinking it was going to be their big break, and they were really going to make a difference out there, and then it's airing at 2:52 a.m. and it up against infomercials.
Yes, up against infomercials.
Cakes.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
dump cakes.
Dump cakes? No.
You know the redheaded lady who does the infomercials?
No.
Okay, she's hilarious, not intentionally. And she's like, has all these recipe books for dump cakes. It's as nasty as it sounds.
Is it just like
meals? You just dump things in some sort of cooking thing and then cook it. It's nasty.
Is it not called a casserole? I'm confused.
No, it's
okay. I don't want to know because I haven't eaten dinner and I'd like to be able to. So I don't want to get nauseous.
Yeah. No, it's disturbing. Is the maintenance people at my door? That's definitely possible. Can you pause for a second?
Yes, I can pause. Hold while Kimberly goes to lunch. Okay, we're back. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine.
Yeah, Kimberly needs a new microwave.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
what's sad is in the service report, like the maintenance thing, I was typing and I was like, should I put emergency? It's not an emergency, but I do use the microwave every single day. Like,
yeah, then yeah, you need it.
I do not cook. So I'm microwaving at least once a day. And so that is kind of an emergency.
Well, get yourself a toaster oven and change your life.
Yeah. Well, I have an air fryer. I guess I could cook with the air
Ooh.
fryer tonight. Yep. It's gonna be an air fryer kind of night.
When I was out of town, Dave went to change a light bulb in our pantry, in our newly cleaned up pantry, and the whole entire fixture like came out of the ceiling. It's like dangling by wires.
Oh God.
And he's like, so I can't touch it. And then when he went to like see if he could just like with the fixture like lift it, then the power went out in like the whole back of our house.
Oh no.
Like where his office is and
Oh
everything.
God.
So when I just came home
Where's
just now,
Justin? Where's
the guy from the pest control, he could fix it.
yeah.
Yeah.
He could do anything.
He could
Or
do
is it
anything.
there was 2 guys from pest control. Bobby? Wait, what were their
No,
names?
no, there's Josh, Jason,
Josh
and Justin.
and Justin.
Justin was the one that fixed the bug problem.
Okay.
I'm not at the beach anymore, so that would be quite a house call. But
I know. What's the handyman's name? Just the regular handyman.
at the beach or
Todd?
here?
Here at your regular house.
Javier.
No, that's not the one I'm thinking of. Why do I know so much
I
about
don't know. Ross is the guy at the beach.
Ross?
He's at the beach though.
Yes.
Yes.
I know. Okay.
And even he, I mean, I think anybody when you get to electricity, they're like, "Meh, I think I just have to send that to a specialist." So he called somebody, and you're like, "Oh, we could come in like in 2 weeks." He's like, "Yeah, no, I don't have any power in one side of my house." So yeah. So we're waiting on that. That's fun. That's a good time. So, but I'm glad he didn't like try to fix it, electrocute himself, and I would come home to find him like fried on the floor.
Yeah.
That would have been terrible.
Oh,
With the
God.
dog, with like Ginger just standing on top of him, like licking him, like, wake
Yes.
up. Yeah.
Mhm.
Sad. Okay. So let's do it. 90 Day
I'm
Fiance.
so excited.
Are you?
I actually am. I felt like this is a very entertaining episode.
I felt like it was really good too. Season 9, episode 11. Nobody puts baby in a corner. Now, is this a reference to the first couple we're going to cover, which is Brandon and Julia?
Yeah, they're unborn,
They're
unfertilized.
They are pregnant.
But not at this time.
Not right now, but they are in real time.
Yeah.
Having a baby. Okay, we're starting with Brandon and Julia. That's your people. Let's go.
Okay, so they're having their wedding part deux, and they are just at it seems like the beginnings of a Florida hurricane on the scene. Like, I was like, that's a baby hurricane that is happening instead of a baby for them. It's rumbling. And Brandon and Ron and Julia's dad, Igor, are setting up for the beach wedding. By the way, the 3 of these gentlemen, funny sitcom pairing. I'm here for it. Brandon they don't speak the same language.
No.
But there's a lot of like prop comedy and like miming happening between Ron and Igor. They're like best friends, even though they don't know what the other one's saying.
I have to tell you, I glossed over the wedding. I don't have one idea what they said. I was just like, blah, 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 wedding.
They're trying to set the flowers and a runner down and everything is blowing away. And then they're practicing walking into the wind.
That was funny.
And that was really funny. And then this girl in a bikini comes up and tries to help. And the Igor says something to her and she says something. And they're just like, I don't know what's happening. And they're all just laughing. It was a riot. So meanwhile, Julia's getting her makeup done when freaking Betty shows up with her hair looking even worse than possible.
She had a headband on.
I was like, does she have a receding hairline in addition to her Richard Marx mullet going on? It seemed pushed back, but still just, and a little bit deflated, like the humidity is not doing any favors.
It seems like it'd be making it bigger.
I would think so, but it felt taped down a little.
We could do a whole podcast on Betty's hair. We're never going to figure it out.
We need the hair bunkie and
Lindsay
Keisha away too.
Yeah.
So So humidity is not Betty's friend, but you know what is Betty's friend? Alcohol. She shows up with 2 mimosas and an ice bucket with a comically large bottle in it. And she's like, Julia, I know you told me to butt out, but I thought you might want some champagne. And she gives Julia a glass, and she takes a glass and the bucket and the bottle for herself.
Yes,
And
of
then
course.
Julia takes a sip and she's like, "Oh my god, is there any juice in this?" And then you notice the color is like the palest yellow. Like I don't
I think there's vodka in that mimosa.
I think it's vodka and lemon juice because I don't think there's any orange juice
Yeah,
happening. It
yeah.
was like the palest yellow. So, then, in the talking head, Brandon and Julia, they're talking about the wind, and he says, "It's me against the wind." And she says, "Oh, like Alice in the house." And he has no, and it took me a second. And then he goes, "Oh, Dorothy." And she goes, "Yes, Oz."
Yeah, I was going, Alice in Wonderland when she falls down the hole is what I was
That's
thinking.
me
Yes.
too.
Yeah.
But no, she was talking about Dorothy. And then back in the hotel room, Betty and Julia, they're having the nicest conversation ever about how Julia's dad wasn't at the first wedding and he didn't get to walk her down the aisle, but that's not even a Russian tradition, that's an American thing. So but now he is going to walk her down the aisle in America. It's just like they're reversing it. It's very, but it's a nice conversation. And then they're laughing and it's like, I love you, Betty. I don't want to slap you in this very moment,
It's
but give me 5 minutes.
there's 6 people at the wedding, and 2 of them are the people getting married.
No officiant. It was very confusing. So Brandon, her mom Elena comes and brings her jewelry, which was like a
Mhm.
family heirloom. And Betty was driving me crazy. She keeps trying to insert herself into all the sweet moments. I don't know if
Yes. Yes.
she has to narrate everything that's happening too. So like as they're walking, she'll be like, "There's Brandon." Like, "Yes, we know." Or like, "Isn't she beautiful? Oh, that's so beautiful. That's so sweet." Like anytime anyone says anything, she's like she is Julia's mom. Like if
Yes.
anytime anyone's like, "Oh," she's like, "Isn't she gorgeous? I made her." You know,
Yeah, yeah,
it
yeah, yeah,
has
yeah, yeah.
nothing to do with it. But I just hate Betty. She's like bitch eating crackers. It's like not her. I don't think she's actually doing anything wrong. Do you know that thing? It's like
Bitch eating crackers, what?
it's this thing like when you hate someone so much that anything they do
Yeah.
just they're just sitting there eating crackers and it's
Yeah.
driving you insane. And
Mhm.
that's how Betty is to me all the time. So she could be actually doing nothing, but in every scene I'm like, "Shut up, Betty. This is not
Well,
about you."
then you're really gonna like what's coming up.
Yep.
Yep.
So
Mhm.
the men are having a great time. The ladies come out and Betty's like, "Oh, isn't she beautiful?" And then Julia comes walking out with her dad. Her dad hands her over to Brandon and says, "Have a happy life." And then you think like the ceremony's going to start, but then Ron jumps in and says, "Can I just say how happy we are that Julia's parents are here and we love you guys?" And then Julia translates for her parents and says, "They love us, they love you." That was
But
great. Ron gives this speech and she's like, "They
yeah,
love us, they love you."
but there's there's no audience there. I didn't
There's
quite
no officiant.
I don't understand
They're
why they
just
had to do
standing
any
in
of
a
this.
circle. They're
Yeah.
literally just standing in a circle facing each other because there's no audience. So
Yeah.
it's like, where do we face? And then I thought kind of the dad, like her dad was the officiant because he kind of seems to lead it. Like he says, like, the mom, Julia's mom says, "We wish you happiness." Her dad says, "I'm happy for you and I love you." And then he starts crying. And you're like, is this the ceremony? And then Betty and Ron start crying, or as Julia says, she says Ron starts tearsing, which I thought was very cute.
She's so
And
cute.
she's so cute. And then Julia's like, "Let's all do a group hug." No, not you, Betty. A group hug without Betty. And like they're hugging, and you're like, is this the ceremony?
Right.
And then Brandon says, "I have vows, but they're more for your parents and not for you, Julia." And so he has translated something into Russian. It's very choppy, but her parents love it. And then he says something that the captions translated as yellow blue tibia. Like
Okay.
if your tibia is yellow and blue, you're in trouble.
Yes,
Um
that's called a
a-
hematoma. Yeah.
And then they exchange rings. And she's like, sausage fingers. And he says, stop feeding me so well. And then he says, may I kiss the bride? But this caption said, may I kiss the bread? Which I thought was funny because he had just talked about sausage. And now it says, may I kiss the bread? But they're just so happy. And then they kiss and they did exchange rings.
It's the rings they already had that she made them take off earlier, and they just put them back on.
And they just put him back on.
Yeah.
And then, but the dad is kind of standing in between them. That's why I kind of thought he was supposed to be the officiant. But again,
Could they
no
have
guests.
they've invited, like, each person gets to invite 6 friends, so they would have 12 guests, like, they have some
But
friends that could sit
do
there.
they have friends in Florida
Well, let me
besides Yara and Jovi
Andrei and Libby
and
yeah.
Libby? Yeah.
Yeah, it's I didn't get it. I didn't get it.
It
But
was
okay.
so confusing, but
Yeah.
they seem very happy. And in their talking head, they're so happy. And he's like, let's go consummate. And she's like, what's that? And he goes,
Yeah.
officiatize the wedding. And I was like, oi, Brandon, your English is as bad as Julia's.
Mm.
So they go to dinner, they're toasting, they're literally happy for 30 seconds until
Mhm.
Brandon, dumbass Brandon, he announces, hey, we have some fertility news. And Julia is shooting daggers. He clearly did not ask if he could bring this up. He knows she doesn't want the family involved. So what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah.
Like, so Julia's pissed and she's like, I need surgery. And her mom goes, that's dangerous. So we know where she got that sort of. They don't know anything about the surgery, but they're already
She
like,
hadn't
it's
said what it
dangerous.
is. She hadn't said if it's an outpatient that takes 10 minutes or
Exactly.
what. Yeah.
Yeah. So Julia's like, I'm scared of anesthesia. I don't know if I want to. The doctors tell us to wait. And Brandon goes, no, they didn't. And she goes, well, they told us to discuss it. That's what I
Mhm.
mean. And Julia says, we can decide to go for it. It might work and it might not work. Or we can decide right now we're not having kids. And Betty's like, oh, no, don't do that. Like it's her decision.
But
And
also,
Julia,
that's also not what the doctor said. That it's
no,
not one or the other. You know what I
no.
mean?
You could
Yeah.
still keep trying. Maybe you could get pregnant
Yeah.
naturally. Like you never know. So Julia says, we're still young. We have time. And Betty goes, you're not still young. You're 30 years old. Your biological clock is ticking. That's not that young. So if in case anyone hated Betty, not at all. Are there any Betty apologists in your audience? Like, have you ever gotten a message of support about Betty?
Hmm. No,
There's a
I haven't.
couple, there's like one person on Reddit who
Mhm.
just keeps getting downvoted because they keep defending Betty.
Is
And
it
they get
Betty?
like -50 downvotes. Like everyone hates this person. So she has like one apologist on Reddit.
Yeah.
Um, so
Okay.
she's like, you're not that young, you're 30. And Ron goes, Betty, Julia needs to do what's right for her body. And Julia's like, thank you, Ron.
So
And Betty's
nice.
like, finally, we're at Ron, team Ron.
Yeah.
And then Betty's like smirking and actively biting her tongue. Like it looks like she's drawing blood. She's just
Mhm.
like doing that, like, fine, I'm not going to say anything. And Brandon says, I think we should be on the same page and choose together. And Julia's like, I'm the one having surgery. Everyone's pressuring me. My decision is I don't want to have kids. And Brandon says, what? And Betty goes, why not? Why now you don't want to have kids? And like raising her voice. And Ron is like very calm. And he's like, Julia, is this because of the medical stuff? Or do you really not want to have kids? Or
Yeah.
are you just scared? And she's like, I'm scared of the medical stuff. And then Brandon says, how do you not care how I feel? And then he storms off. But it's
He
like one of
storms
the
off
weakest
4
storm off.
feet. He went 4 feet away. When they
4 feet
pan
away.
over, he's just standing behind Ron. I mean, or
It
the
was
dad. Yeah.
he'll Brandon, you're never going to make it as a housewife if that's your version of a storm off. You need to flip a table. You need to actually leave. You need to get in a production van and go somewhere and on a hot mic be yelling at people.
But did you miss the part where Julia is translating to her mom, and the mom says, I agree with what Betty said, like, you're not getting any younger.
No, the dad said that. Julia goes, she explains to them like this is what's happening and he's mad and blah, blah, blah. And the mom is like, are they pressuring you?
Yes.
And Julia goes, well, Betty is, but we like Ron in this scene. And so they're like, okay, that's good. And then she's like, Betty thinks I'm too old. And the dad goes, there's truth in that. I was like,
Yes,
"Dad,
okay,
you
good,
don't
yeah,
know.
shut
Shut
up,
up."
dad. Yeah, the dad so I knew somebody jumped in and was like, "Well,"
Yeah.
but I
"Shut
could
up,
not
Dad."
believe that Ron was like, "It's her body, her choice." I was very
And
proud of
then
Ron.
I'm so proud. And then Ron looks at Betty because Betty's giving him a look like we've agreed in our marriage that I am always right and you stand up for me no matter
Yes.
if I'm causing a scene. And he goes, "Don't be mad at me, Betty. I believe if her body is in jeopardy." And Betty goes, "Her body's not in jeopardy." And like it's like we're watching a real life abortion debate. Like
Oh god,
it's
yes, yes.
and like one of them is like a no exceptions type person.
Yes, yes.
And but also her body's not in jeopardy. This
No.
is like, I don't even think this might be like Twilight anesthesia. Like, I
I
don't think
yeah,
it's that
it's just
serious.
it's polyps that she just has to
Y
have scraped off, yeah.
Yeah, but they still it's none of their business.
And
And
she's scared
so
of it she's scared of it, you know? Yeah.
yeah. And so her body. And so Brandon's like, "I thought we were gonna start our family, and now you're just saying no." And Julia's like, "You started this. You knew I didn't wanna talk about this. I just want to enjoy our wedding day,
Mhm.
and I don't want the family involved. I'm emotionally exhausted." And she tells everyone, she's like, "Our marriage has not been good. We fight all the time. We've almost gotten divorced, like, several times. We need to focus on us. We need to rebuild our relationship and focus on romance. We need to go on vacation. Just the two of us. We don't need our relationship won't survive right now if we have kids.
Yeah,
And also if Betty and Ron are still in our lives."
right.
So Betty's like, "You're never going to have kids." And Ron's like, "She just needs time to breathe." And Betty's like, "I'm holding my tongue. I'm holding my tongue." And then Julia's mom is crying and her dad is stroking her hair. And I was like, I'm shipping these two Russian people
I
to get back
know. Me
together.
too. I haven't seen them fight yet. We were hoping, but with no
They,
fighting.
when they came out during the wedding, he kissed her on the cheek and like
Yeah.
they're lovely to why did they get divorced? What happened there? I need
I don't
stories. Did he
I don't know.
cheat? Did she cheat?
Betty and Ron came to visit Russia and
And
caused some
tore
shit and
everything
tore everything apart, and they had to get
tore
divorced. Yeah.
everything apart. So Betty will not stop. "No, no, 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 no." And finally, Ron goes, "Betty, shut up." And I got aroused. "Ron, you've never been hotter to me. Bring it on, bad boy. Put her in her place. You leave her. I will deal with you and your
I could not
floofy
believe
hair."
I could not believe that he told her to shut up.
It
That
was
was
like my
great.
serotonin levels, like,
Yeah.
they haven't been that high in years. This was like
It was great.
This was so joyous to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
This will go down in infamy.
Yeah, even
And
the Russians knew what that meant. They're like, "Whoa."
whoa. And so he's like, this is their life and their decision. And poor Brandon, they keep cutting to him. He's so utterly confused because his dad never stands up to Betty.
Yeah.
He's like, kind of like, "Don't talk to my mommy that way," but
Yeah.
also like, "I just like got some new respect for you, dad." But also like, are we saying mom's not perfect? I kind of thought
Yeah.
she was perfect and I'm still suckling. So like
Yeah.
what's happening? So he's just like utterly confused. It's elf
Yeah.
on a shelf confusion. And
He's got a
Ron
boot
says
he's got a boutonniere, like, pinned to his shirt.
they're
Not
still in their wedding
Yes.
attire.
Yeah, yeah.
So Ron says, "We can want them to have grandchildren, but we can't force them." And Julia's like, "Thank you. Everyone's trying to push me." And then Julia's mom, in a talking head with Julia's dad, she says, "I am worried and I want them to make the right decision, but I would never push Julia to do something she doesn't want to do." And then she like mumbles, "And this makes me hate Betty." No,
Yeah.
she doesn't, but she knows. Like even last week, she was like, "I can see how they are very pushy on
Yeah.
you.
And they
Julia, you
moved
have
an
not been
hour and a
making."
half away, and they're still doing this.
They're still doing it. So Julia says, "Brandon, can you speak up? I'm tired of fighting everyone on my own." But like he is on his mom's side, so he's not going to say anything. And he's like, "I don't know. We're not on the same page. And I don't know what to do because I want kids. And if you're really saying no about kids, then I don't know where we go from here. Then maybe you shouldn't have had a vow renewal."
I mean, you just had a wedding 10 minutes ago. You've already gone to therapy island, like
Yeah.
but, she said at some point during the episode, she goes, "We really are doing good. We got the second opinion, and he brought helped me bring my parents here. So we both,
Mhm.
we have done what we said we would do. Now, she
Yeah.
didn't say, I'm going to get the second opinion, and I'm going to do exactly what they tell me to do. She just said, I'm going to get the second opinion. Now, obviously, she's pregnant now. So whether or not she got the surgery to remove the polyps, she got pregnant another way, we don't know. It's not our business until they tell us. But I do think it's interesting about this, very, very sort of in our minds, no biggie, easy thing. But if she has never had anesthesia, never had, you know, anything done ever,
Right.
it does seem like it would be scary, I guess,
It
to
would
her.
be a big deal, especially if you don't know what like, who she knows that had a bad experience. Maybe she
Right.
has a relative
Mhm.
who died under anesthesia, you know?
Yeah.
Those are big phobias. Like, anesthesia, I get it. It's terrifying to people. But I think
Mhm.
she would give in if Brandon would just do what she's asking. I feel like she couldn't be clearer. She wants the family not involved. She
Mhm.
wants to not be pressured and to do things on her own timeline, and she just wants his support. Like,
Yeah.
that's all she wants, and instead, it's always drama, and that just shuts up those ovaries. It just is clamping them closed, you know? But, like, if they were to go and have a happy relationship, they might even get pregnant on their own because there would be, like, less stress
Less
and less
stress.
tension,
Mhm.
and like, Betty and Ron, like, not being there all the time. I feel like if they
So,
moved, like, across the country,
yeah,
they would I can't.
just get a little bit further, just a little
And
bit
why
further.
did he have to bring this up? You're still wearing the boutonniere.
I know, it's literally hanging off his shirt because they didn't put it on a pocket or anything, it's just on the
True.
fabric. This is the weirdest wedding ever. Okay, we are going to move to Andrei and Libby, which will then also go into Loren and Alexi. And I am not enjoying this housewives type situation they're
No,
putting us in, but here we are.
no.
Okay, Andre and Libby. So we start off with him at the beach, and he's like, a lot of shit happened, and maybe I did some stupid things that I want to fix. And she walks over to the water and she goes, that water is as cold as you.
Oh my god, I can't. That's
Libby,
why you're never gonna be a housewife, Livy.
Libby, mm-mm. And she goes, all of our friends knew about the $75,000 debt, and I didn't. And he says, yeah, I did tell these guys, and I should not have done that because I don't even know them. And he goes, but that was my mistake. But what a fucking double-faced motherfucker. Fuck that Alex. Fuck him. Like, whoa. And she goes, it's not about them. How did you even leave me out of this situation? Like, I look stupid because my husband didn't even tell me about our finances. Talking head, she says, it's annoying that Loren and Yara knew about the bad investment. And it's more frustrating because he should have talked to me first. And he goes, okay, and that is true, but I am not, like what Lauren said, a horrible person. Now, this is this phrase that they cannot get past, horrible person
Versus Dick, and which
versus
one's
dick.
worse?
Yeah. So back at the beach, he says, I appreciate your babe sticking up for me. And she goes, of course. I mean, even if you are a dick and you did put a $75,000 in debt, I'm still going to stick up for you, even though obviously you're a dick. And he goes, we're going to work on the trust, babe. We're going to get back on good terms. So, yeah, and then Andre says, yeah, fuck Alex. The things I know about him, wow. And she goes, yeah, there's no way in hell I would stay with you if you ever spoke about my appearance. Okay. But let's just enjoy the beach. And meanwhile, I was like, why is she wearing a purse at the beach? They're in their bathing suits.
Also, she's selling those pink dangly earrings because she wears them all the time.
Oh, no, I didn't notice. She wasn't all pink in this.
Her headshot, her hero shot too.
Oh, she loves them. She
Yeah.
loves them. Now they go to dinner. So they've gone home and changed. Where are their children? So
Mhm.
they're out at dinner and they're having drinks and they're like, fuck our enemies. It's just you and me, babe. Hashtag power couple. I'm like, what are you
Did
doing?
I
What?
not tell you? And I told you about that thing they posted at Home Depot or Costco when they're like, when you're at Costco and the haters can't stop staring at you. Like, no one is hating on you guys are not like they have very Montana Mills and what like
It's Justine.
and Justine like attitude, like we're just like the badasses of 90 Day Fiance, and everyone can't stop talking. Like they're branding themselves as like the
As
villains.
the villains,
They're
yeah.
way too boring to be like this power couple villain that everyone is talking about.
Maybe Andrei is trying to get on the next season of the villains.
Yes.
You know, I'm Andrei. I'm here to do physical
Mhm.
challenge.
All my
And
haters cannot stop talking at me at Costco.
I don't know who this person is over here. So, and they're talking it together. They go, we have a very strong relationship, and no matter what, we always pull through. And I can't say the same about my friendship with Loren.
Oh God.
So at the dinner, she's telling him, or drinks, or whatever they're doing. She goes, I've spent 4 years on the phone talking to Loren. We talked
Is it
every.
4 or 5? Is it 4 or 5?
Is it 4 or 5 or 7?
No one cares. But why do they keep counting?
She goes, we talked every day for hours. Like, remember, you'd be like, babe, get off the phone. I'm like, well, that is weird. Why are you talking to somebody on the phone for 4 hours? That is strange.
And
She goes,
especially Loren.
Yeah, I don't get it. And because we were very invested in each other's lives and very connected. We have so many things in common. And the more time I've spent with Loren in person, the more I now see her for who she really is. I was like, what? So she is saying, she's saying stuff about Andrei, and I see how Alex treats her. She's in no position to throw stones. And Andrei goes, yeah, they're out here trying to portray concept of perfect couple, but they're not. They are not. Fuck that guy. Are these going to come to blows? I can't wait to see it.
He's scared of Alex. I swear that once Alex is actually there in the room, he'll go pick on Jovi because Jovi's like small, weak mama's boy, weak mama's boy with Mama Gwen over there. But when Alex, he won't do anything.
So Elizabeth goes, Alex got mad and embarrassed and he left, which shows he's guilty. And Andrei goes, yes, of course, he's guilty. She says she has body dysmorphia. He shames her for her body. It's like, this is so gross.
This is so gross. Also, they left because they were ruining Yara's party, and Loren was going to have a full-on panic attack. So,
bless her.
Yeah.
So, Elizabeth goes, well, on the other hand, though, I do feel bad because I wouldn't want my dirty laundry spilled. But what she said about you is not okay. And, I did consider her a friend, and I'm just trying to decide if I should reach out to her. Like, I want to try for our friendship, but Loren will have to also try. This is where I'm like, oh, they're trying to make it like Housewives now. So they're talking it together, Elizabeth and Andrei. She goes, I hate to just throw the friendship away. He goes, yeah, but you can't live with the self-centered people in your life. You have to get rid of them. If she's acting like a fool, you tell her to fuck off, and that's it. That's that over there.
Andrei's calling someone self-centered.
Okay. Yeah, self-centered. Because you just get rid of them, tell them to fuck off. So
yeah.
Now we move on to Alexi and Loren. And they're at their house, and Loren goes, okay, Yara called me and told me that Yara told Elizabeth that they knew about the bad investment and didn't tell her. So Yara and Loren knew about the bad investment and did not tell Elizabeth. And Loren goes, of course, she's my really good friend. Like, I would have liked to have told her and talked to her about it, but, and they were gone at that point. And she goes, and I'm more upset that Elizabeth is going to throw away our friendship over this because she thinks I said Andrei is a horrible person. And then in talking head together, Alexi and Loren, she says, I did not say he's a horrible person. I said, I think he's a dick. And she knows he is one, and he knows it, and she knows it. Like, and Alexi goes, yeah. And she goes, would she prefer I call him an asshole? Is that better? And Alex goes, everybody knows this enough. I'm done. I'm done with this. Everybody knows this. He's a dick. Everybody knows this.
Yeah.
She says, for her to take that one thing and be like, take that one thing and then to be like, oh, Loren says Alex body shamed her. Like, that's insane. Holy shit. Like, I said your husband's a dick, and then she brings up all this other stuff. Like, it makes no sense. So back in the kitchen, Alex says to Loren, what did you actually tell Elizabeth? And she goes, I don't really know. Like, maybe I said, "You're a perfectionist and you care a lot about physical appearance." And the way you were trying to motivate me to exercise and stuff, I took it as body shaming because I was struggling after I had Ari. I had 3 babies in 2.5 years, and that's a lot. And you're working out all the time, your body's amazing. And even after a year of working with a dietitian, I didn't feel any better, but you looked amazing. And I was like, "Oh my God." And she says, he says, before we ever even had kids, we discussed this surgery stuff. Cause she was probably like, I'll have pop out these kids, but I want to get a mommy makeover.
Mhm.
And he goes, and what did I tell you? And she goes, you told me I'll have to put in the work before I'm like allowed to do a bunch of surgery, which, again, is a little controlling on his part.
It's very controlling, and I feel like he is one of these men that does not understand women's bodies, but
Right.
he is 7 feet tall.
Hmm.
If he just cuts out soda for a week, he
Right.
probably can drop 15 pounds and get a six-pack,
Yeah.
and he expects her to be able to do the same, and
Yeah.
that's annoying because she's had children, and also women's bodies are different,
Yeah.
just period, hormones, and even what's funny is I've heard Yara say the same thing. It was at one of the reunions, and someone was talking about plastic surgery. I don't remember if it was Rebecca or somebody, but Yara's like, "Why do you," or Natalie maybe, and somebody, and Yara's like, "Why you need surgery? You just work out." And I was like, "Well, Yara, you're in your
Oh, no.
20s
Yeah.
still."
Yeah.
Um, and everyone's body's different. Like, I could work out every single day and I would never look like you, no matter
Right.
what.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
And
Right. Right.
so you can't just assume that everyone's body can just do that because
Yeah.
yours can do that. And so I think Andre or Alex is the same way. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I saw you eating, not a salad, and now you're gonna get surgery. That's the lazy way out, you
Yeah, and
know?
I think that him saying, like, "You said this before we even had kids," and, "What did I tell you?" I said, "You have to show me that you're working first." Um, and she goes, "Okay, so blah, blah, surgery stuff, blah, blah, blah." And she says, he says, "And you can't just change your body, you have to change the whole thing." I think he means, like, you gotta change your mindset.
Sh
Y
Body dysmorphia
uh,
too, like, she
yeah,
will never be happy until she fixes up
yeah,
here too.
and I think he's like, "I wanna see you eating that salad, girl."
Mhm,
Um
for sure.
And so she's doing the bread, and she goes, "Meanwhile, bread and butter," and kinda laughs, and he goes, "Yes, that's my whole point." And she goes, "Yes, but it's homemade." He goes, "That's my whole point. Like, you make the homemade bread, you make the homemade butter, get your trad wife ass in the kitchen." So
Seriously.
so she goes, I was struggling with postpartum depression, and I confided in my friend, and I feel very betrayed over it. Like, I feel heartbroken over it."
Mhm.
And she says, I was very close with Elizabeth, and I'm scared to meet up with her and then it won't go anywhere. And that's what I'm worried about." And he goes, "Yeah, but if that happens, you have to walk away." Just like Andre said, yeah, if they're self centered, fuck them. So now Loren and Libby go to meet for a lunch or a drink or something at a diner type place. It was totally empty. I was happy to see somebody behind the counter. I was like, did they break in? There's nobody there.
And at the
Um,
same time, that lady behind the counter, I was like, Are you staying in frame on purpose? Or you could take that phone call behind the counter." I know you could.
Um, and Lauren says, to Libby, she goes, "I really want some clarity about what happened. Like, it's very fucked up." And there's so funny. She goes, "Do you want a hug?" She goes, "No." She goes, "What about a half-ass hug?" "No." I loved it.
I wouldn't want to either.
So they start chatting, and Libby goes, "Where should we begin?" "Okay, so let's begin where you called my husband a horrible man." And she goes, "No, I didn't. I called him a dick." And Libby goes, "Okay." And she goes, "He is a dick."
Yes.
And Libby goes, "Isn't Dick worse than a horrible person?" And she goes, "I don't know." And Libby
No.
go and Libby
Also,
goes,
no, it's not.
"Not. Horrible person is really just covers everything. A dick is like you're just a
Yeah.
jerk,
Yeah.
So Libby goes, "Okay, no matter how I feel about Alex, I would never do that. I would never say that about my friend's husband." And Lauren goes, "Everybody was saying it. Everybody was saying that Andre was acting like a dick, but I'm getting singled out." And Libby goes, "That's because I care about you the most because you're my friend." And Lauren goes, "But Libby, I confided so many things to you in my darkest time. Very personal things were brought up that should not have been. I considered
Mhm.
you one of my best friends. Like, why would you bring up my husband body shaming me. Like, that's what kills me. And I honestly don't believe Andrei reads your text messages. And Libby goes, oh, so you don't believe me? So talking head, Lauren goes, I started thinking about it. And the conversation about the body shaming was 2.5 years ago. So no way Andrei went back and read that. Like, who keeps their text messages for 2.5 years? He had to have learned about it from Libby. And then she goes, I mean, I delete all my text messages. They really stress me out. Not because I'm hiding anything.
Do
But
you
that was
delete your text messages?
no. Mm-mm. I like it to not
bizarre.
have the I like it to not have the number to say like 3 or 2. Like, it drives me nuts if I can't figure out where is the one that I missed.
Yes.
I don't like there to be
Yes.
any numbers. Um,
Yes.
but no, I mean, like, my mom and my sister's thread is there, like, my big family thread is there, my
Yeah.
little family thread is there,
I was like,
everything's there.
don't gaslight me, Lauren, into
Yeah.
thinking that everyone is uptight enough to delete all of their text messages. So they
My
don't. It's
dad
like
my
deleting
dad
all your emails so you have a clean inbox.
my
No,
dad deletes all his emails and all his text messages. It's nothing. So,
that's
like, my
bizarre.
sister was trying to find something about, like, Delta Airlines, trying to help him with the Sky Mile something, and she
Yeah,
was
it's
like,
gone.
"Dad, they're gonna send you an email. Please don't delete it." He's like,
I have like
why?"
30,000 emails
Oh, I c
probably.
if I
Yeah.
looked right now, 1,095 unread.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That's fine. That's normal. You just
Yeah.
gotta let it go. That's just like go to therapy. You gotta let it go.
I just go and I could do a block of them, delete, a block of them, delete, a block of them, delete, a block, delete.
I'll
I just
search for like the junk mail that I get. I'll be like, I've constantly getting junk mail from this, so I'll look for all of them. Sometimes
and
I'll
then
do
do
that.
that. Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, well,
But
we're not as good as
Lauren,
Lauren.
if it works for you to
Mhm.
delete them, that's fine, but don't act like everyone deletes their messages. That's what was bugging me. She's like, everyone deletes their messages. No, they don't.
But she is right that Andre's not gonna pick up Libby's phone and scroll back 2.5
No.
years if they've been such good friends that she's gonna
I think he either read it back then
yeah,
and remembers it,
yes,
and they've been discussing it since then.
or she
Like,
told him.
or she told him. Yeah.
She was like, "Listen to this hot tea," you know?
Yeah.
So, Elizabeth goes, "I would never talk about somebody's life or conversations," and Lauren goes, "I don't believe you. I don't trust you." Like, Elizabeth's trying to say, "I never discussed this with my husband,"
Mhm.
and Lauren goes, "I don't believe you. I don't trust you," and Libby goes, "Well, then I don't trust you." Ooh, good comeback. And, Lauren says, "I've never given you a reason not to trust me." And Elizabeth goes, "Look, I didn't come here to attack you. I don't want it to be that kind of conversation, but you called my husband a dick." And Lauren goes, "So is that what this is about?" And Elizabeth goes, "It's about multiple things. At the housewarming, your friend Noga attacked my husband and you didn't stand up for us. You should have told her to get the fuck out of your house." And Lauren goes, "And I also could have said the same thing to your husband, get the fuck out of my house." And she goes,
Yeah,
"And
he didn't
we would have
scream.
left. It'd have been no problem."
Okay, and then you would have been pissed,
Yeah,
though.
right. So Lauren goes, "Okay, so if you remember, Andre raised his voice and Noga saw me getting concerned and she went off on him. And I've apologized now for this time and time again. You know, that should have never happened at my house." So talking head, Lauren goes, "I've apologized for all of this. She refuses to accept it. I don't know what this girl needs. I don't know what she's so stuck on. And I think that they came to the launch party with malicious intent to hit me below the belt." Well, they could have been like, "Hey, if this gets brought up again about the thing at the party and me being a dick, we can just say, 'Oh, we know that Alex body shames you.'"
Yeah. I mean, I guarantee you they didn't discuss ahead of time, "Okay, we're gonna be the bigger person here. We're gonna take
No,
the high road.
no,
We're
no,
not
no,
gonna
no,
cause a scene at Yara's big event." That
no,
was
no,
not
no.
them.
Mm, mm,
Like,
mm, mm. No, no, no.
she didn't have to bring it up at the party. They could have stepped outside.
Yeah,
She started the whole thing. And I don't wanna give Lauren a full pass because Lauren is a total gossiper.
yeah,
So,
yeah. And that's how we like our 90-day people.
I do.
So,
Yeah.
so Libby says, after I got over that, like what happened at the housewarming party, then I heard that you guys went on a double date. And she goes, "And what was said over there?" And I was like, "What the fuck?" Now that is hilarious because now she's talking like Andre. Because she
Yeah.
goes, "Then I heard about the double date and what was said over there." Because that's Andre said, "I don't know what you're doing over there because you were having a conversation and you went on that double date over there."
Eh.
She goes, and what was said over there? And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, why would Loren, my husband, my friend, say that my husband was a horrible person? And she goes, and Loren goes, because, okay. So Loren, my friend, said that about my husband. She goes, because I would never say that about your husband. And Loren goes,
You
because he
did.
is, she goes, because he isn't a dick to other people in public. And Libby goes,
Right.
exactly. But he is a dick to you. And Loren goes, we're a normal couple and we fight. And Libby goes, I think he's verbally abusing you. And I've told you that for years.
Okay. That's way too far.
It's way to use the word abuses. And Loren looks at her and goes, what the fuck? Like, you're doubling down and making it worse now?
Like,
That,
this is scorched earth. Like, you don't come
yeah.
back from these things. You
Yeah.
and Lauren's right when she said like these things could ruin
Ruined the
marriages.
marriage.
They could also get people kicked off these shows. Like,
Yes.
if Matt Sharp Productions ever decides to crack down on the
Yeah.
type
This
of
would be low on
people,
the list, but yeah. Yeah.
it would be very low on the list. But like, they could kick them off for things like this.
Yeah.
Like, so you can't just say things like that.
He could lose his job. I mean,
He could lose. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So Libby goes, a man should never fucking say or do those things that he says to you. And Lauren goes, okay, but Alex would never body shame me or talk bad about my body. He was trying to motivate me to work out, and I took it differently because of my postpartum depression. I was in such a dark place, and you know that. And you know me. You know we are very private people. And when she said that, because I'd watched it a couple of times, I was taking the notes. When she said that, Elizabeth looked down, like, uh-oh, you know? And she goes,
Mhm.
and for you to bring that up, something that we handled in our marriage privately is so below the belt. And
Mhm.
you have yet to apologize for hurting me in that situation. And this is where I think Elizabeth's like, okay, I took it too far.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
took it too far, but
Yeah.
she's still not gonna apologize.
She says, I think the whole thing should not have happened. And it could have been avoided if we were mature adults who could have a conversation. But I'm sorry about what happened. And I do feel really bad because just then I said verbal abuse and that was a step too far.
I feel
Um,
like she realizes how she's coming across,
uh-huh,
and she's like, "I was going for this big housewives moment.
uh-huh.
I actually did I'm gonna look like the villain here, but not in a way that anyone's gonna be rooting for me."
Yes. Yeah,
And
totally.
now she's backpedaling.
Yes,
It didn't
yes,
work for me.
yes.
Mm-mm.
And Lauren goes, I've missed you as a friend. And at the same time, I think like, how am I going to get past this with you? And Elizabeth goes, I agree. I think the same thing. And Lauren goes, it's like grieving, like I'm grieving. She says, yeah. And Elizabeth goes, well, I still care about you and I love you. And even though we probably won't ever be able to get back to what we were, I just wanted you to know that. And Lauren goes, thank you. And they go, until next time. And they depart. And I was like, oh, Elizabeth, oh, girl, you stepped in it.
You
You stepped
stepped
in
in
it.
it. You
Mhm,
couldn't look worse.
mhm.
And also, Yara, you started all this. You did not have to say what you guys discussed in private at your
Oh, at
dinner.
that dinner over there.
I
That's
mean, I
right.
know it was on camera and Libby would have seen it eventually, but still.
Um, okay, let's talk about, Kara and Guillermo, the
Oh my god,
saddest
the
sadness of all the
dissolution
sadness. Yeah.
of a marriage. So it's the morning after their fight at the B&B or whatever, and they slept in
Mhm.
the same bed, but they didn't talk. She's mad. She's like, "We don't agree on how we got to this place." And he's mad because she accused him of cheating, even though he accused her first. But
Right.
apparently, it feels worse for him to be accused of cheating because he moved to America for her. So
It's
it
been like
hurts
8
him
years.
more.
I don't think we can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it hurts both ways.
Mhm.
So he comes in and he's like, "It's a beautiful day out." And she's like, "Oh, I found your hair gel." And it's like so awkward. And then she's like, "Do you want to look around the room to see if you missed anything?" Because they're packing up like he's a child. Like, make
Yeah.
sure you got everything. And he's like, "I'm good." And she's like, "You're over it?" And he's like, "I'm just saying I'm good." Like everything is so like being misunderstood
Yeah.
and like
Yeah.
weighted and
Yeah.
heavy. And then so basically they in their talking head are going to decide to work on themselves as individuals, whatever that means, and they're both
Yeah.
crying. And
It's
so
oh god, it hurt me.
it's
Oh,
rough.
it's rough. She just
And
sobbing, and then
yeah,
he's sobbing. I'm like, "Oh my god."
I still feel like there could be they just need a therapist. Like, because when they talk over each other and they don't
Mhm.
understand what the other
We
person's
passed each
saying,
other. Yeah.
and they passed each other and they're both accusing each other of things which I don't know are true. If
Yeah.
there is a world in which neither of them has cheated, but they're
Yeah.
both accusing the other one of cheating. So,
Yeah.
or there's a world that one or both of them did cheat. So, I don't know. Therapy. You could still try.
Can we send them to, Therapy Island? Can they go to last
Yes.
resort?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think those therapists are the greatest, but,
No. Mm-mm.
maybe Dr. Drew could come in.
God, but what if we saw both of them on the Single Life? They're so hot.
They are so hot. Yeah.
Dr. Drew. Anyway, it was heartbreaking at the end of this scene. Heartbreaking.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
Also, people hate Kara on Reddit, and they just vilely hate her. Like, they think
why?
she's sick and a narcissist, and, like, they think she cheated with that DJ guy, and, like,
Yeah.
they think she's just a gross person. Look, I get you don't like her music or you think it's cultural appropriation,
Yeah,
and I
yeah,
know
yeah.
she didn't come off very good in their first season. She got
Mhm.
a very bad edit and she was controlling, but, like, he's also super mature. Why
Yeah.
they're like, "She's trying to squash his dreams no matter what he does." I'm like, "He keeps coming up with these frivolous ideas, and all she wants
Yeah.
him to do." She said he could go to, like, pilot school, but he needs to work too.
To
Like,
pay for it. Yes.
and
Yes.
if your husband quit his job that was giving your family and your child health benefits without telling you, you would be mad too. So I just
Yeah.
think they're both not great, and I don't really hate either of them though. I think they're both just maybe not right for each other, but, like, Reddit is so one-sided against her. It's very shocking. Like, they
I
hate
don't like
her.
that. I
Like,
don't
they
like
blame
that.
her for everything, and I'm like, "'Cause she's a woman or 'cause you think he's hot?" Or, like,
Yeah.
what is it? Like, I kn she's not perfect for sure,
Yeah,
but, like,
yeah.
he's not either.
Yeah, if all of a sudden, my husband's like, "Here's my idea. I'm gonna go into the Air Force." You're like, "Wait, what?
Yeah, let's discuss that,
What
you know?
that do you understand what that means? Like, you'll be
Right.
gone, and we can't
Yeah,
come with you because we work here, you know?"
yeah.
Yeah, okay. All right, Jovi and Yara. Okay, back to the more of the, Florida people. So, Jovi, Yara, and Mama Gwen are having lunch with Mila and Mila, not to get confused.
So dumb.
Um, so Jovi is saying, "My mom is not a fan of Miami, and this is the first time she come to visit." And the dog runs off, and somebody's like, "Is this your dog?" He's like, "Oh my god."
I laughed so hard. I mean,
He goes,
I
"Oh my
laughed.
god." He's like, "Oops, don't tell Yara. Don't tell Yara," because she had taken, Mila to the bathroom.
Yeah.
So, he goes, "I don't know how to be a dog dad. I mean, the dog's growing on me, but I put it down to get the water. I don't know what happened." I was like, "You can't just put the dog down to get water and expect it."
No,
Yeah.
much like if it was your child, you can
Yes.
just, like,
Yeah.
let them crawl all over the restaurant.
God. So, Jovi and Yara are talking about the party, and Mama Gwen says, "Oh my god, you shouldn't be at a party where people are flinging the F word around. These are supposed to be your friends." And the talking head Yara goes, "Yeah, I shouldn't have said the thing about the investment. But I was angry, and all the guests were seeing them screaming over there. And I don't want to be the one to keep anybody's secrets. Seriously, don't tell me any secrets. I'll tell everybody."
We are learning that.
I love Yara. She's so damn funny.
She is hilarious, but she did cause this whole thing.
Yeah, but it's
Like,
just like Courtney on Hunt for Love. She's like, "Don't tell me any secrets. I'm going to
yeah,
tell everybody." It's good to know that about yourself and not try to like
yeah,
lie about it.
yeah.
Um, so the talking head Mama Gwen goes, "There's a big argument, and for a minute I was worried about somebody throwing a punch. Like, these are her friends. Are these the kind of people you want around your child? Life would be so much easier in Louisiana." So Gwen says, I know you're looking for a house here and you have a very large budget. You know what you could get in Louisiana for that compared to here? Don't you want a nice house? I've been looking for you in Louisiana." And Yara goes, "What? Why?" And she looks over at Jovi and goes, "Did you ask her to look for houses for us?" And he goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Are you okay? What are you even talking about?" I love her so much. And he goes, "I just don't see Miami as the place for us long term. I mean, the housing market sucks." She goes, "No, it doesn't." I mean, obviously it does. And he goes, "If we were in Louisiana, you could have your dream house. You could have everything you wanted." She goes, "Then I'm miserable in my dream house." And she goes, "But how about I move to Ukraine? Because my budget goes very far there." And Gwen says, "Well, if you did that, at least you'd be near one grandmother because now Mila is near neither grandmother." And
That was a good guilt trip.
Yara goes, "What are you talking about, Gwen?" I love her. And Jovi goes, "Look, some parts of Miami are okay, but like we have no family around. Like, what if something happened to Mila in the middle of the day? Who would go pick her up? What is Yara doing? She's tippity tapping on the computer selling these
Yeah.
dog bags?
Yeah,
She's making
seriously.
content? I mean,
Yeah.
what do you mean?" So in the talking head, Yara goes, "I love it. I love it in Miami. I feel very connected to Ukrainian people here. There's a huge culture here of Ukrainian. I took Mila the other day to a Ukrainian church. She talks about some food that she could get. And I know
She
he
needs
thinks
to explain that to them,
yeah,
that that's
yeah,
part of it.
yeah. And she goes, "And I know he thinks we don't have a support system, but we have Loren and Alexi and Libby and Andrei. So we might just need to smooth things over with them because they're our only friends."
Yeah.
And
Maybe make some other friends.
he goes, "Enough is enough. It's over." And she goes, "Okay, go somewhere with your mama then." And Gwen's like, "Come on, Jovi." Um, that's interesting, right? Because it seems like he agreed to move to Miami, but now he doesn't like it. But he's gone.
He
When he leaves,
says
he's
we
gone for
agreed
like
to
2 months
try
at a
it
time.
out,
But he's
maybe.
gone for months at a time.
Yeah, she should I feel like she should get to decide
Yeah.
because he's gone so much and she's with the baby.
She
But
needs a
they
big city. She needs a big city.
yeah, but they could make some other friends there. I mean, Jovi's kinda likable. I'm sure he always looks like he's about to walk into, like, a 1950s casino in Vegas, so I'm sure he could, like, meet some friends at a poker game or something. It doesn't have to be these assholes that are also on the show. Like, it could be other people. Why can't Mama Gwen move to Miami?
She hates it. She hates
She
Miami.
hates it. Both it's as humid as Louisiana,
Yes.
and but at least in Louisiana, people have cool accents. I would rather live maybe in Louisiana. I don't
I
know.
would disagree with that. Um, okay, so we're gonna end where we do. Jasmine and Gino. We
Oh,
saw some
boy.
real tears from Jasmine this week. Real tears.
Well, I was looking. I saw some real tears from him. I looked for her real
Oh,
tears.
no,
He's
there was
wiping a lot.
no, there's water coming out. There was.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, he's driving to meet Jasmine wearing his backwards baseball cap because he's in a solemn mood.
Mm,
And Jasmine has reached out after a month of not talking and saying there's something urgent she needs to talk to him about. Come to Matt's house. So now he's driving to Matt's house. He said, "I've been feeling lonely since I broke up with Natalie. And, you weren't together. You guys were
mm-mm,
not in a you didn't really break up, but
mm-mm.
I'm kind of hoping Jasmine will apologize for cheating and I could forgive her and we can maybe get back together. But she'd have to apologize. So these two are never on the same page. Like one of them is always showing up thinking the other one wants to get back together, and the other one is showing up to be like, I just murdered a transient and I'm going to jail. And like they're never meeting for the same reason.
No, you're exactly right. They're never meeting for the same reason. They're going to
No.
2 different meetings. Yes, yes,
Yeah,
that's
one
right.
of
Yeah.
them is like, "I am going to ask them to get back together," and the other is like, "I am meeting to tell them I got a season pass to Disneyland."
Yeah,
Like,
it
they're
makes
just
no sense.
never on the same
Mm-mm,
spectrum. So, Jasmine is doing laundry in what can only be described as pageant hair. She has the pageant poof. It's, like,
mm,
very slicked back, but with multiple layers of poof on top.
mhm,
Could be a wig,
mhm,
I don't
mm.
know. I did see that she shaved her head on Instagram, but I don't know if that was real. I know she has the alopecia.
What?
Yeah.
Let me take myself to the Instagram right this minute.
Mhm.
I mean, I saw Mariah Plath did that.
Mm. She also has the alopecia.
Um, yeah, okay, who am I looking for?
Jasmine.
Jasmine Panama.
Mhm.
She has 444,000 followers. Okay.
Mm.
We see her little baby. So cute. Matilda needs your vote for cutest baby of the year or something.
Oh my
Cameo.
god.
Click the link in my bio to access all my platforms because she has
Oh my
OnlyFans.
god.
I don't see any shaved head. Nothing.
Wow. So maybe it was just on Reddit that I saw it.
Yeah, no. I mean, I've looked at her story and I've looked at her latest reels, and
Okay.
37 minutes ago she posted, and her hair is
With
all
hair.
there. Yeah, with
Okay.
hair. Look at her.
I maybe I made it up, or maybe
Maybe you dreamed it.
yeah, that's totally possible. So she is crying and saying she's so anxious and she's scared to tell Gino something. Gino comes in. He's he's doing this awkward smile, and I was like, is this whole thing staged and he's not acting, or is that just his awkward smile because he's feeling awkward? It's hard to
He's
tell.
feeling awkward, and she's also in a big t-shirt, which is unusual.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like biker shorts and
Yeah.
socks up to the calf and white tennis shoes. It's a very great
No,
look.
look, nobody
So
said she has good style.
no. So they're just staring at each other for what the editors would have us believe is minutes. They're just staring, staring,
Yeah.
staring, staring. Gino's breathing really loudly through his nose. And then he notices the boxes and he's like, wonders, is she moving out? And that would mean she still loves me. And then he says in his talking head, my house is way nicer than this dump. Wow, Matt lives in a piece of crap apartment and he's short.
And he's short, and who would wanna be with that loser?
So she thanks him for coming and he says, "What was so urgent?" And she's like, "My script says that I am supposed to thank you. So please let me finish. I'm thanking you. It's very important that I thank you." And she says, "How have you been since the party?" And he's like, "Oh, well, I was shocked by how you treated Natalie." And Jasmine says, "Well, she started it." And then she goes, "Well, I mean, I did start it.
Yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I started it. Okay, I
Mhm.
started it. I take full responsibility." And Gino says, she was so upset that we broke up because of it. And Jasmine says, or she broke up with you because she discovered your web of lies because you were lying to both of us. And Gino's like, no, I was honest with her. And Jasmine's like, I feel bad for you. You're the common denominator. And you're the liar. And he goes, you're the liar. Because he does that thing where he just repeats
He just
everything.
says what she says, yeah. Mhm.
Yeah. And he goes, "You're always fighting with me, and I was miserable when we were together." And she says, "So was I." And then she goes, "But you know what? The war is over. We're not here to fight." So I want to tell you, I'm moving out of Matt's house. I'm moving to Florida,
Mhm.
but Matt is coming with me, which is a way to say Matt's going to Florida and I'm going with him.
Yes.
And she starts crying and wiping her eyes really aggressively and says, "I didn't want you to know from anyone else but me. There's something else I have to tell you. I did not do this on purpose. I did
Commercial
not do
break.
this." Commercial break. "I did not do this to hurt you. This just happened. Matt and I were going to have a baby. I'm pregnant." And Gino doesn't know what to say. He's just like, "Good for you." I'm not shocked. I'm not even surprised. And Jasmine goes, it wasn't planned. I want you to know that, but we do want to have the baby. We're going to keep the baby." And Gino goes, "Anything else? Can I go now?" And
Wow.
Jasmine's like, "I know this marks the end for us." And he goes, "I could have told you that." And she goes, "Well, Matt and I are a family now, and that has to hurt." And
Mhm,
Gino
mhm.
says, "Honestly, I don't even really care about the details of your personal life. I hope you have a good life." And she goes, "I will." And then he gets up and leaves. And he's like putting on a defense mechanism the whole time. And she's watching him through the window, like peering out the window. And she's crying. And she says, "I worry about him because I know he's hurt. He's holding it in, but he's going to have a meltdown when he's by himself. And we were planning to have a kid on our own. And then it didn't happen. And now I'm having a kid with Matt. And I still love Gino and I hate hurting him." And in Gino's talking head, he's crying and he's saying, "I thought she loved me." She faked the whole thing. I thought she wanted to have a kid with me. She's such a liar. How could I fall for that? And it's very, very sad.
Yeah, I feel like this is maybe the first actual true story emotion we've gotten from them in many years.
Yeah.
Where like a real reaction that wasn't like planned beforehand or,
Yeah.
especially from him to be just like bawling, crying like
He's
that.
bawling. He's like sobbing in his it's hard to watch. Yeah.
Yeah.
But like you maybe could have had a baby with her if you had had sex with her, but you
That's what it's
didn't.
required. Yeah, it's required to have
But
sex.
she
Yeah.
was yelling at you all the time, and I
Right.
understand that you can't do that because I understand that, and you had a porn addiction. But,
Yeah.
like, so
Mhm.
they've both made many, many, many mistakes and just
Yeah.
should not be together, and but this has to hurt.
Yeah. And, when we see her at the end and she's pregnant, as well, and then you think about how pregnant she was when she was on the tell-all,
Yeah,
he had had some time to digest it, but he had
yeah,
told, Rob and everybody how heartbroken he was, and that's why they went after her so hard, I'm sure.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Pregnant whore.
Pregnant whore. Um, okay, so next time on, Stacey and Florian arrive in Bulgaria. It's like, doing it big.
I can't
Everybody
wait.
starts dancing. And Georgie goes, I'm glad Stacey's here. Hopefully Stacey on best behavior. And then we see them all dancing. Stacy's like, oh yeah, you guys can dance. Yeah.
I don't feel
Um,
like it's Stacy that's usually the one that is not on her best behavior. Am I
well,
wrong? I mean, she's
maybe because like she comes after Georgie to be like, why are you out so late? Why are you cheating? You with Florian?
sure,
Yeah.
sure. But, like, if you were to say one of the twins causes a scene more often,
Well, yes, it's definitely gonna be Darce.
yeah,
Definitely gonna be Darce. So Lauren talks to Yara and says, according to Elizabeth, you told her I said Andrei is a horrible person. And I never said that. And she goes, but he's a dick. She goes, we all agree he's a dick. I mean,
yeah.
it's like, nobody's been ever called a dick more. I mean, my God.
No. He's
Um,
gonna brand it and, like, make
mm,
shirts that say, like, the OG dick or
yeah, yeah,
something, I don't know.
yeah, yeah, just dick. And
Mhm.
Laura goes, I'm realizing I have to fix things between Elizabeth and Lauren because now I need everybody to be friends.
Yeah,
Yara seems to get on the phone and call everybody and ask them to go on a ski trip, to which I say, is this now a housewife show? This is what we're
right.
doing. We're
Yeah.
asking our friends to go on a ski trip because we're on the housewives.
Uh-huh.
And it's like, I
No,
don't want to go because I'm not getting along with so and so and who's going to get the biggest room. And
which
yeah,
I was just gonna say,
yeah,
I need the room that's closest to this, and I need
yes.
the
Hmm.
bathtub, and yeah.
Yeah, the bathtub. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Mhm.
Um, Julia's mom is saying to Brandon and Julia, everyone has fights, but we truly are worried that things are not good between you two. And we want to have resolved everything, which I think I think that's a language barrier, but I think she's saying, like, while we were here, we were hoping you guys would get
Yeah,
your shit worked out, but maybe it's time for them to leave. I don't know.
yeah.
All right, Jasmine and Matt are sitting on the beach and we're looking at her baby bump and she's talking about her giant knockers. And she was like, I didn't know they'd be so big. I was like, they are implants in addition
They
to
were big before.
growing.
They're
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. They are flotation devices. And
Mhm.
she says her family has no idea who Matt is, that she's not with Gino, and obviously they have no idea that she's pregnant. And she says, and I'm so ashamed.
I bet her boys still like, if she ever calls her sons, like,
Yeah,
they're like, "How's Papa Gino?" Like,
right.
they don't know.
Papa Gino's bringing you to the States. To
Yeah.
be with mhm. By the way, after all this time, she does have her green card. She could go back and visit.
Yeah, no, she doesn't. Yeah, she just doesn't want to. I don't
Um,
or as you did discuss, she is always on one of these shows, but there
yeah,
has to be a period where she's has a week off and she could go. Like,
mhm. Yeah, or I hope at the very least she's sending lots of money to
yeah,
whoever is caregiving for these children. I don't know if it's,
totally.
um I know one of the dads was not involved, one of the dads was involved, but I know her mother was very involved.
Yep, and her
Um,
sister, daughter.
mhm, yeah, if she's gonna ditch her kids, at least send some money.
Yeah, totally.
She's out here posting vote for baby Matilda for the most beautiful
I
baby
can't.
contest.
How
And
did
I'm
I
just like,
feel so bad for her sons?
oh, me too. Me too. Remember that one that was on that season? We loved her so much.
Yes.
I would hate to see what Reddit has to say about that. Wow. If they're mad at
Yeah.
Kara for singing Jada.
Seriously. They're like, why isn't she home raising her son? She can't go after her dreams. They're really mad. How dare a woman try to be a mom and go after her dreams?
Listen, I like Kara. There, I said it. Don't come at me.
Don't come at me.
Don't come at me, guys. That's it. Now, Kimberly and Katie, Date with Dateline. It's back. Are we back, baby? We're back on Wednesday. Are we back?
Yeah. Yeah, we're going to be back.
New episode. Who dis?
Yes, we're going to do Friday's episode.
Okay, which is it the dentist in exam room 9 or whatever?
No, that was the week before. This
Okay.
was the night of the audition. And it takes
Is it
place in Calgary.
okay? And was it a new story to you?
It was a new story, new episode. Yes.
Okay, night of the audition. I'm writing it down.
Mm-hmm.
Because I have a little time tonight, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Believe it or not. Okay, good. I'm very glad to hear you guys are back. You're back on your game. You're back on a new episode. And you guys, if you don't know, Kimberly is now covering 90 Day the other way with me over on Pink Shade Prime. That is on the $5 level. And I'm still covering Welcome to Plathville with Amy. And next week, we'll be finishing up Match Me Abroad with Keisha. And then Love is Blind Denver is coming. And guys, I will be covering it, but in a consolidated manner. It won't be 6 episodes and 6 episodes. It'll be 6 episodes and 2 episodes.
I think that's fair.
They
and
put
if
out
anyone
2.
has a
I gave you
problem, come to me.
They put out 6. I'm giving you 2.
That's
Okay.
fine.
But I did already watch the first 2 episodes and started rolling into 3, and it's real good.
Oh, good.
It's real good. And you were just in Denver, so I'm sure you'll recognize everything. No. You were on Gaylord Island. You didn't see anything.
No.
You
I
saw
did go to a botanical garden, and I went to a wildlife preserve.
You did?
And I went to an escape room. So I did do actually a few things.
You did? I didn't know that. You left Gaylord Island.
Mm-hmm.
Fun. Okay. Look at you out there doing things in the world, Kimberly.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Everybody follow Kimberly and Katie. Their podcast is A Date with Dateline. They cover Dateline. Don't pitch stories to them. They can't help you.
Thank you.
But they just talk about it. It's at Dateline, wherever you follow your social media. And please, as always, follow me at Pink Shade Pod. I'll be putting up reels probably about this episode. Already made a little note, something I thought was funny. And
Hello.
can you hear me now? Can you hear me?
Yes, now I can hear you. Okay.
You didn't hear me say, oh shit?
No.
If I just move my microphone slightly, the whole thing goes. I have to record like this.
Wow.
Okay, everybody. Sorry about that at the end. Panic. And Kimberly's got to go get her microwave fixed. So that's what's happening here.
Yeah. And I have to pee so badly.
Oh my God. Okay. I'll see you next week. Bye.
Bye, everybody.